you're probably actually one of the strongest person. Like, no, dead ass, like one of the strongest person I know when it comes to. You've been featured in a bunch of like, you know, really well-known like articles and stuff like that, and I guess this was like during the highlights of Damihow kind of thing. So we're talking Women's Health, Daily Mirror, Vogue, and so on and so forth.
We actually attempted to start a clothing brand, but it just didn't bang. Like, it was quite disheartening. Like, you know, it's not easy, man. You know, I might be happier if I didn't have the brand. I know my brand is good. People know my brand is good, but why is it not going in a direction that I want it to? I'm pumping so much money into this business. I'm going from one job to another to make sure that, like, you know, I can sustain my own lifestyle. That's a part of me not wanting to go and do interviews and stuff like that.
Do you feel like Damihow, like, it gets the recognition it deserves kind of thing?
At what point do you actually say to yourself, you've tried all of these things and, you know, just like forget it? Hi, I'm Dami and welcome to the 24/7 Club.
And a lot of people don't know this, but Dami was the one that made me start my modelling career. She's the one that put me onto my modelling career. We'll go into a lot more context in that, but I think what I kind of wanted to discuss today is really like your journey as an entrepreneur, like, you know, the kind of highlights, lowlights, if you will, and then just like your journey overall into fitness as well. So like while being like, you know, like a Gen Z / like millennial, right? Like you're a relatively young person kind of thing, like navigating this space. I think it would be kind of interesting to talk through that and talk through some insights on that side of things. But you went to CTK, right? I never, you know, I find that funny because I don't even remember seeing you at CTK. Yeah, I went to CTK as well, yeah. And you were a year above me and everything, yeah. I found this out like through, I don't know if you know mine.
Wait, we're the same age?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, you said I was a year above you?
No, yeah, I think you were the year above, because you went uni 2014, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went uni 2015.
Oh.
Yeah, but I just never, I don't remember. Were you like low key?
But you know what? Second year, I was like low key.
Very low
like,
key.
I was only in the library.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like, yeah, whereas like obviously.
Second year, I was quite low key.
Yeah, really. Was it like a focus trying to get into uni type thing, or was it just?
It was just getting my work done. Just like, yeah, I think I wasn't too happy with like my first year results. I was like, nah, I need to.
Yeah, same.
I was like, I need to be focused, LRC, get my work done, and then I was redoing some of my because I studied media.
Mm-hmm.
So I was redoing some of my media stuff, and that took time. So I was like doing my current media, and then I was like retaking some of my media stuff, and I was just like, I need to.
Yeah, to be fair, like a lot of the media people were like very like, because you guys had like a nice little bit where you guys could just like do your creative stuff. Yeah, no offense. But no, I found that out through like one of my friends, and he was just like, oh yeah, like, you know, that I think because. First of all, I'm a big fan of you. I buy your stuff in it. Like, you know what I mean? So like, I remember like we went training and he had just bought like the top. And I was like, oh, Dami, how did I use that? She was like, yeah. We went to college together. I was like, well, I went to your college. Like, kind of thing. And he's like, what? You didn't see Dami in college? So like, I found that really weird, didn't it? But interesting stuff. So you know, on the topic of fitness, right, which is effectively what you are. You're kind of like a fitness influencer slash entrepreneur of like a fitness brand kind of thing, which we'll get into in a second, but. You're probably actually one of the strongest person. Like, no, dead ass, like one of the strongest person I know when it comes to gym. Like you lift the weights. Like talk that phone. Gas yourself up. Talk me through the numbers. Like what's deadlift saying?
Do you know what? Okay, so
what's that? Talk your shit, man.
I don't know. It's funny because people say it's like I know it's good, but I feel like it's not good enough for me, kind of thing. But. Yeah, the numbers, you know, deadlift's a little 180.
A little. Guys, 180 is not good enough.
My squat is currently at 165, and bench, I don't even want to discuss bench because let's just forget that, not even, you know, that doesn't exist. But yeah, those kind of numbers.
Nah, like, you know, it's so funny because like when I see you lift weights in comparison to like a lot of other girls, I just kind of laugh in it. like, there's no offense here, because I'm not gonna lie, like. Every girl always talks about, I want to grow bum this, I want to grow bum that. And I just think you're not going to do it like lifting like these 40 kg weights and doing like these little cute glute bridges and stuff. And I'm not going to lie, like, Dami, like, you dead ass, like, give me a run for my money, innit? Because I think I'm like relatively strong, innit? And then like when I see you lift weights, I'm just like were you athletic as a kid?
I've always been quite a sporty, like, I was running in school and I was alright, but I didn't think it was that great. I think other people just weren't fast, and it made me look like I was fast, I think. But I was always quite like sporty. I like getting involved in like sporty stuff. But yeah, that kind of stopped at school. Really. Yeah. So from like school up until uni, even after uni, well, not the whole of uni, but like once I left uni, I didn't really do anything until I got into like the gym. So
and when did you like really start to get into like fitness like
so let's see, so like 2016 I started, like me and my friend was like, oh like yeah, let's go gym, like kind of thing. It was just went for like a week straight, and then afterwards it was like and then we'll come back again, and then it was just like it was a mess, and then we stopped, and then 2017 came. I was like, let me get back on this gym thing, and it kind of like just started from there. It wasn't even because of anything serious. It was just like, let's go gym.
Yeah, like, why not?
Like let's just go gym, and there's a gym around us. It's only like £20, £15. Let's go.
And like the thing is, again, like I kind of mentioned, like a lot of girls, they go to gym. It's kind of like just nice, easy, convenient workout. You know what I'm trying to say? What do you think that kind of made you push past that? Because like I said, you're like, guys, you actually really, we're gonna like put clips on like working out. Like, you lift the weights, you know what I mean? And I feel like to get to that point, there must be some sort of like driving force behind it, kind of thing. Because you don't necessarily have to do all of like what you do, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we can actually all just be convenient lifters. Like so, what makes you like want to lift heavy? Like
what made me do it? So obviously I'm just training as normal and just. I don't know. I think maybe because I was training my friend Teo, who's a guy. So I guess like just always kind of like, I guess increasing your weight kind of just, I don't know. I can't actually say what made me. I think I started seeing myself like, okay, I lifted this. Okay, I can lift this. I can lift this. And it just seemed like, okay, like I'm strong kind of thing. Like, and I just kept on like going with it. And I think the more I started to learn more about like, squatting, deadlifting. And it's more just from like looking at like other coaches online, looking at other people online. And seeing what they do, and even just like looking at other like people in the gym who were like more experienced, like I want to do that, and then I was just doing it. Really, it wasn't really like that much thought into it. It was just like, oh, like lifted this. Oh, like my next goal is I want to lift this. You know what I mean? Like when you first hit your first 100 kg, you're like, raw, like okay, cool. Let me see if I can like hit the next 10 kg or something, the next 5 kg, and then it just went to that. Kind of like how it started.
I'm asking for motivational purposes. The reason why I'm asking is because I feel like I'm such a lifestyle drummer, and I'm not gonna lie to you, like lifting heavy weights is just not my MO anymore. But when I first started gym, it was kind of like, like 20 kg, 30 kg. Whereas like you're consistently doing it, bro. Like
I think it's just because I see myself doing. I'm like, okay, I want to do more. Like if I've done this, like. Let me see, like, I just like how far can I go, kind of thing. And then, obviously people catch you a little bit.
Yeah.
So, you don't want to, like, beat the last record and stuff like that. But, that's really...
I think the thing I hate about gym is that, like, the more stronger you get, the more heavy you lift. And the more stronger you get, and you have to, like, to get stronger, like...
I'm not gonna... That's why I take so many breaks. Like, people think I'm so consistent. I'm not consistent. Like, my consistency is, like, okay, 3 months. And then I'll take like a month break, and then I'll come back.
From gym in total?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Or like I'll go gym like once a week, or like once every couple of weeks.
What, during your breaks though?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess that works better for you because again you've been because I feel like I've really seen the progress because like I have you on socials and stuff, so I've seen you like lifting like normal. Like relatively normal ways to like now like lifting, like giving people a run for their money kind of thing. So that probably actually like works best, to be honest. So I low-key might adopt that lifestyle. But I guess like zeroing more into like your story is like I guess a student first, right? Like we can kind of talk through that. So you studied fashion marketing or something along those lines, right?
I do remember that. Was that from our last thinking that we done?
Dami, this is a show. I have to do my research. I gotta do my research. So you studied fashion marketing, right? And obviously that's like relatively straightforward kind of thing. Talk me through like the journey after uni. Like what were you doing kind of for the first 2 years, like after uni?
So I didn't finish uni. Let's just even start there.
Oh, so really?
I only did it for like a year and a bit. I think I left so I did first year, and then second year I left like in like January, December-ish.
Yeah, okay.
So so I did fashion marketing because I was like, okay, I don't know what made me decide to do marketing. Maybe because I did media and I thought, I want to get into like the creative kind of thing. Like it's funny because in college I really liked business, but I just was not good at it. Like I really liked the subject, but I just wasn't good at it. Like my exams were just coming back, and I was like, you know what? Let's just switch it around, go to the creative side. And I was like, okay, marketing. I was like, marketing is really broad. So like, there's just so many different aspects. I was like, okay, let me like put fashion with it, because I felt like I was kind of like interested in fashion and, you know, whatever. So yeah, I did that. It was whatever. It wasn't really for me. So yeah, after a year and a half, left. Well, year and a bit, left. And then what was I doing? Then I still kind of wanted to like work in marketing. In
the fashion industry type thing, or just
sort of, yeah, in like fashion, yeah, sort of. And then luckily I managed to get a job. So I got a call center job, which was a company called Charles Tyrwhitt, which they do like
the suit company.
The shirt, yeah, they do that. It's funny because every time I say it, no one knows what I'm talking about, but I guess because you're a dancer.
Yeah, Charles Tyrwhitt. I'm a corporate person, yeah.
Yeah, so that was in London Bridge. I was like, okay, nice job. Like, it was a nice office, and the marketing team was literally, so it was all in the same building. So the call center and the other head office. Yeah. So after like I was there for a bit, I was like, okay, cool. Like, let me, you know, make some connections. I started, and my managers were quite cool as well. Like, they really respected me and everything. So me telling them I wanted to go into marketing was like, yeah, like, go for it. Because, you know, some managers would be like, you know, focus on like
mad restricted,
focus on
this,
right, yeah. So like they respected me, like they saw like how hard I was working, kind of thing. So yeah, so I think I ended up speaking to like someone in marketing, like, can I do some sort of work experience, like once a week, like and yeah, they arranged that, and so yeah, I did that. I didn't even do it for long, to be honest. I only done it for like maybe a month, maybe even less than that. I think I only done like 3-4 times or something. Yeah, so that was that, and then what happened after that? Yes, I think like maybe a couple months later there was a job that came occurring, and then obviously applied, blah blah blah. Didn't get that one, but then there was another one that came up, and I got that one.
So proper in the marketing space now.
Yeah. So the thing is, I got into marketing, but it wasn't really a marketing role. It was more of a data system kind of role.
Okay.
So I was like the system admin. So basically, like, I needed to make sure that the marketing materials was like set up properly on the system, and just kind of like the system stuff, and like
systems like administrator type of stuff.
Yeah, kind of. So like basically what they would have is like discount codes basically that they use in the call center and online. I need to like set them up and make sure that obviously if the customers use it, it works. And I used to like generate reports and like how they did and blah blah blah. So yeah, it was like a data system kind of role.
And you see, like when you kind of made that decision that, you know, uni wasn't for me anymore, I've actually been trying to figure this out. Your name's Dami, so I think you're Nigerian, but then you have a surname Howells, innit?
Yeah.
And I've always wondered, like, are you like, what's that?
No,
like?
my dad, like, it's just like, yeah, just one of them ones you just have, like, it's nothing, no kind of exotic kind of background or anything.
So you're Nigerian, let's just put it as that.
Yeah, just
cool. So what was the reaction and response from like your family when you were just like, yeah, Mom, I'm not trying to do this uni thing anymore?
It was kind of sad, but I think we kind of saw it coming anyway. So
really, what makes you say that? Like, how do you see it coming?
Just been speaking about it anyway, like speaking about my mum anyway, and it was kind of smooth. It wasn't really hard. Like, it was quite disheartening. Like, you know, the first child, you know, is not going to uni, or the younger ones.
How many siblings do you have?
2. So I got a brother and a sister.
Oh, and they were all trying to go uni as well. And
well, that's not the reason. Then they're doing it. So, but yeah, so it was kind of like sad. Like, obviously, they weren't the first child to go uni, and, you know, set an example for like the younger ones. But yeah, there wasn't really much to that, to be honest. Yeah, they will understand.
They just kind of understood. Yeah, kind of like it's mad. I'm trying to pretend like I didn't low key kind of know, but I remember that when I was doing my research for this, I did kind of find it odd that it was only from 2014 to 2016. But obviously, I didn't want to presume.
Yeah.
And because I remember, like, we talked last time, and I remember we kind of talking about it, but we didn't really talk about it mainly.
Yeah.
But yeah, super interesting. But okay, cool. So 2018, right? Like 2 years after you finish university, you're like 21, 22, right? You've kind of navigated a few of these marketing roles. Again, stalked your LinkedIn. I see that you're like kind of more into the tech kind of thing. Yeah. Like, what was 21-year-old Dami like thinking to do with her life, like at that point in time? Like,
I was just thinking I just needed to keep elevating. Like, I needed to keep going up in jobs. I needed to keep making more money. I have a bad memory as well, so I'm just trying to like think back. But I think I was just trying to like just keep leveling up at that time. I think that was the thing for me, because like, okay, I haven't gone uni. I'm gonna like make the most of, like, my friends are still in uni and everyone's still in uni. I need to make the most of this time, like, kind of thing. I need to, even though I have the degree to do some of the jobs that I want, I need to like work hard and, you know, get into these like spaces, and that's what it really was for me. Just keep
elevating.
Yeah.
And what were some of the jobs that you wanted, kind of thing? Because again, like I think there's this in our present time now, like there's this big emphasis on like no one really needs to go to uni kind of thing. But back in like 2016, it was a norm, like you had to go uni if you wanted to get a good job. So like, what were the kind of roles that you wanted, kind of thing? Like, what were you trying to do?
Yes, like I said, so before I was wanting to go into marketing, and then I started that data system kind of role, and I was like, I like this. And I'm looking at my marketing page, and I'm like, don't really like your job. It seems a bit, it's a bit boring. Like, do you know what I mean? And then I've researched the salary. I've heard what some people are earning, and I'm looking at what I'm doing, and I'm thinking, like, if I go in this direction rather than going marketing, I can make way more money, kind of thing. So and like I was quite inspired by my manager as well, because like, he was a data analyst. He was just really smart. Like he was just so smart. Like you ask him a question, he's got an answer in a second, kind of thing. But yeah, so I wanted to like go into like data analyst, system analyst kind of work, system analyst. So yeah, that's kind of like the direction I was
trying to go, and that's what you kind of saw as like elevation then. Then cool. So the reason why like I'm kind of like trying to focus on like 21, 22, this is like at like 2018 side of things, right? So I'm trying to think like, you know, a lot of entrepreneurs, they kind of think back to like a main event or like something that happened in their life that just made them think like, you know what, right, this has made me start like this movement or whatever. And I don't know if you can kind of relate to that, because 2018 is when you like supposedly started like your fitness brand, right? So if you can kind of talk me through that, like what were the series of events that led up to that moment? Yeah,
so I felt like I was in a good job. I had already got my license, my driving license. I was just kind of like, I was kind of like ticking boxes and like, you know, getting a good job, earning my first 25k, like, yes, woo, this is good, like, you know, like, I was gassed kind of thing. And I was thinking, right, like, I'm able to make this already, like, I haven't even got a uni degree, like, you know, I'm moving up, like. So, yeah, and then, so, got into my second role, I think that's when I started. So, yeah, got into my other role after that, system admin job. And then, so yeah, by this time I was already like going gym and everything, and gym wear was quite like a part of me. Like I liked going to, but I didn't have that much money, so I was going to Sports Direct, you know, trying to see what can I find, a nice gym wear, and just to even go back a bit, I've always wanted to have a clothing brand. Okay. I think that kind of plays a part as to why I studied fashion marketing. Okay. I've always wanted a clothing brand. I remember when I was in college, me and some girl, it's funny because I completely forgot about this, and I was just thinking about it one day. I was like, wait a minute, we actually attempted to start a clothing brand, but it just didn't bang. Like, really, what was the name of the brand? It was, I don't think we even got to the name, but we wanted to like create like Ankara styles, and like I think that was a time where like Ankara was kind of like trending. Ghana parties. So we wanted to like create something like that, but that just didn't bang. Like we didn't have no money, so it just didn't bang. But I've always kind of had that in my mind, and like, you know, even friends like, yeah, like you could have a clothing brand, but I just couldn't see myself like creating like dresses and stuff like that. I just didn't see how I could make something different, because that's something about me, is like when I'm going to do something, I want it to be different. I want it to be something that I actually really want to do. And I think I've always kind of had a bit of the, I don't know if it's a entrepreneurial thing or just kind of wanting to make money, but I've always kind of like always done something to like, I don't have to rely on anyone, just like just do my thing. Because even uni, college, I was like doing hair, I was doing makeup, I was doing all of that. Just I was going to say your hair's quite nice. But like college, I was doing makeup. School, I was doing hair. In uni, to even like paves that I was doing people's hair and all of that stuff. So I was always kind of doing something to make sure like I'm good. I ain't got to ask my parents for money, or I ain't got to ask this person for money. Just always like make sure I'm secure myself. And also that kind of plays a part into make sure that I've got a good job that I can like
sustain yourself type thing, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and then me just liking gym wear and going to the gym, like then like going gym I was so excited, like after work going gym, like I had that passion, like I just loved going gym kind of thing. And then it just came to me, I was like, why didn't I start a gym wear brand? Like I'm looking around, like it didn't feel like there was that many. And it was only like because the really big brands like Adidas, Nike, and then obviously you had Gymshark, which was still kind of, it was quite big, but it wasn't, I don't think it was that big then. Obviously it was big, it was still like a brand that you look up to kind of thing. But I was like, you know what, I could create a gym wear brand. I'm just like, I'm looking around me, no one has a gym wear brand. Like I've seen people that have like, you know, t-shirt brand, other type of clothing. I'm like, no one's doing gym wear. Like, why can't I do that? And I'm just even looking around like, okay, I'm into fitness now. I'm looking at other brands, I don't see black women like modeling for these brands. Like, I can come in and create that space. Like, I know this is something that I can, you know, create and not just slap a logo into it. Like, this is something that, at that point I thought like, okay, this is
something.
You know, me something found something. Yeah, like, you're not just doing something just for the, like, because of doing it. Like, when I was doing hair, doing makeup, I was just doing it because like I could do it. But this
really
was like
that was a space you could kind of
yeah,
tap into.
I felt like this, I could really like do something with this. And then I just, as soon as I thought about it, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And then that's just kind of that's literally just how it started.
Yeah, and I mean, it's interesting that you kind of say that you felt like no one was doing it, but obviously you mentioned like, you know, Gymshark was there at the time kind of thing. You had Lululemon, obviously like relatively bigger brands, right? But I think what I'm kind of trying to understand is what gives you the audacity, if you will, to kind of just think, yeah, you know, I'm just, you know, I've kind of dropped out of uni kind of thing. I'm doing like these tech jobs and I'm going to gym now. Bearing in mind, you're not really like, you're an infant in the gym per se, do you know what I mean? And you're just like, yeah, I'm going to start a gym brand now kind of thing. Was there like a level of like imposter syndrome or anything? Or like, you know, just thinking...
Nah, I just thought the reason why, like, me not seeing someone around, this is a space I can go into. Like, no one around me is doing it. I can't see any kind of like... Maybe there was and I just didn't see it, but kind of like either small or medium sized. There wasn't, and I was just like, this is a space I can tap into. I'm not even just feeling like I can tap into it. I just felt like always wanting a clothing brand. This is something I feel like I can relate to more, and something that I can create that I feel like doesn't really exist, kind of thing.
No, that makes sense. I mean, I just find it really interesting because like, you know, there's a few brands out there kind of thing, and I think clothing is such a saturated market. So for you to kind of just be like, yeah, I'm going to start something that everyone's pretty much doing, but even though it's not in the fitness space, I think it's just like pretty sick, right? But cool, you have this idea. How do you put it into motion? Because ideas are like a dime a dozen, right? Like, you know, like, okay, I'm gonna start a gym brand kind of thing. Like, what was your first steps? Like, what were you doing? Like,
as soon as I literally, I think I was at work when I think I already thought about then. I think I was at work literally, and I just thought, I'm gonna do it. And I think it was at work, and I just started sketching. Okay, this is like the design, this is the first design it's going to be. I think I had like 5 sketches I'd made, and I was like, I remember I messaged my boyfriend, I was like, I'm going to start a gym brand, like, I'm going to do it. And from that moment, I have not stopped, kind of thing. Like, it was just all back to back. So I'm there at work researching clothing manufacturers, I'm quickly trying to like finish work at 5, they close at I think 6 or 5:30, I'm trying to like quickly leave work so I can go see them and like, you know, talk to them about my ideas and stuff like that. And that was it. It was like literally the hunt for manufacturer. Like, I'm going to places in London, in like East London, North London, which is quite far, and just trying to see what they can do for me.
Yeah, it's mad that you kind of talk about that like whole like research and that work thing, because I think like whenever you get an idea that you feel like is really your purpose kind of thing, you get this like obsessive like every minute you kind of just want to focus on it kind of thing. So like no, super interesting that you kind of like done that. We'll park like your what's it, entrepreneurial journey for the side for a second, and like kind of talk about like you as an influencer, right? So obviously that part is very saturated, isn't it? So arguably, I know you're kind of saying that with the clothing brand, you didn't really see any black women kind of doing it. But on the influencer side of things, right, like there's a lot of people that were kind of doing their thing. So how did you navigate that? How did you feel like you were going to stand out in that respect?
Do you know, when I first started the page, it was literally just for my friends, for me to like put my progress on there. That was it. But then people started following me, and people were like, oh my God, your body's so nice, your workouts like da-da-da-da. I just kept on posting. It was just fun. Like then it wasn't like influencer. Even now I don't really think I'm an influencer. But then it wasn't like,
she says, guys.
It wasn't like influencer type thing. Like it was literally just posting what I do, my journey. Because I think when I created my page, I'd been training for like maybe 5 months consistently. I think something like that. Anyways, but so it was still quite early on, and it was just for me to put my progress out there. And at that time there wasn't that many people. Like really? There was people. It was more like people in America. That was a lot.
There was like really mainstream. Like, kind
those are the people I was seeing. There was like obviously a few people. Like I remember our first few people I followed. I think it was like Just Jean. Who's other UK people? Oh my days. Maria.
Maria. She was like,
she was kind of starting at this time as well. Like can't remember who else, but I think those were the two that was like, right, like, yeah, black girls like doing their thing. But a lot of the other people, they were Americans. It wasn't people in the UK.
So what you're saying is you're basically like an OG influencer in the
no. But yeah, it was literally just me, like literally started for my progress, like, and then I just kept on posting, and then people were just following me, and then I was just like, okay,
this is what I'm doing,
it was just like, okay.
And how was your family's like reaction then to like you starting this whole movement, right? Like, you know, you starting like your business, and then you being like, you know, a public figure per se kind of thing, right? What was the transition from them kind of feeling sad about you leaving uni until you doing all of this now kind of thing?
I think my parents were proud, and I think they've just always known that I'm always gonna
like scrappy that like
I'm always gonna do something. Do you know what I mean? I'm always gonna figure it out. I've just been like that from young, so it wasn't really. I don't think maybe they did, but I don't feel like they worried that much kind of thing. And especially from like the moment that I left, you know, from the moment me getting like a proper job, like they can see how like I'm trying to move with things and trying to make things happen. So I think it was a proud moment for them, and I think they just look forward to like everything that I'm doing, and I think they're just proud of like what I'm doing.
The 24/7 Club is sponsored by Beyond Education. Beyond Education is a platform dedicated to helping candidates from non-Russell Group universities access early career opportunities at corporate institutions. In the height of the pandemic, the top 100 graduate employers only targeted students from Russell Group universities. And that's why Beyond Education has aligned their efforts to double down on initiatives to actually help the more disadvantaged group access these opportunities at corporate institutions. As a member of their platform, you can get access to free career resources, access to the latest job opportunities, and also access their Discord channel with over 200 plus members, where you get one-to-one support and insight from actual industry professionals. And did I mention that this is all for free? So be sure to actually sign up to their platform so you can get access to all of this and be more informed about the various career paths in the corporate industry. When I contacted you a few months ago for the show, you told me that you weren't really in a great space kind of thing, and like, you know, it may be difficult to speak on your experiences with Damihow, right? And obviously we're here today kind of talking about your experiences with Damihow and talking through the story. So I assume you're in a much better space than you were before. I don't know if you wanted to kind of talk through like what exactly you were going through kind of thing that kind of just affected how you were operating with Damihow and like in your personal life kind of thing.
I think things were just like, I feel like with Damihow, I mean, it's in a place where I have to kind of strategize, and that is like a massive thing. So it just felt like everything I was doing is not working, and I'm trying to like rebuild the brand, but it's like to other people outside it looks like, wow, amazing, like you're doing great, like you know, the branding is amazing, the pictures is amazing, like everything looks great, like I am a proper brand, but it looks like a, you know, proper brand. And I think things were getting a bit frustrating because like there's so many people reaching out to me to like do certain things, and it's like it's annoying because I couldn't do it because the brand wasn't in the position to like do it kind of thing. It's like everyone,
if we just pause on that for a second, what do you mean by that? Because again, from the outside looking in, it does look legit, but
like what? I don't know, things that just required so much money and like so much resources that I just couldn't fulfill kind of thing. And it was just a shame because it's like people see and it's just like, I know my brand is good. People know my brand is good, but why is it not going in a direction that I want it to? Like it's been coming up to, so it's 4.5 years now. You know, I've just had, 2020 was a good year for the brand. Like it was just amazing. I thought, okay, from this moment on, like it's only going up. But then it's just, obviously it doesn't always, you know, you have no ups and downs. But it just felt like it was just going, it went like this and then it's just going down, 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 down. Like it's not even going like this anymore kind of thing. So it was just like, I just felt like I didn't want to, because there was other people asking me to like interview and I just like, I don't want to go on there and, you know, speak about all the great things and like make it seem like the brand is, you know, doing so amazing. And I just wasn't in the mood. I just felt like I just needed to just focus and just see, okay, what do I need to do? What do I need to do different? And how can I like, you know, get the brand doing better than what it's doing right now? And it was just really that. I think I was just in a phase of just frustration and just like, what am I not doing right? Like, what's not going right? Like, and I'm just like in that mind of like, you know, at what point do you decide, you know what?
You need to pack it up kind of thing.
Pack it up, like, forget it kind of thing. And I feel like I've been feeling like that for a long time. For like maybe like a year or something. Because I'm just like things don't seem to be like moving forward. Like when I feel like, okay, cool, I'm gonna try something new, I do that, and then it's not working. And it's just like, okay, at what point do you actually say to yourself, you've tried all of these things and, you know, just like forget it. But I just couldn't even bring myself to do it because I feel like I know why I started the brand, and I know what like the brand, I know the brand's potential. Like I see it as something like so much bigger than me. Like I feel like there's so much that can be done with it. And it just wouldn't allow me, just because of that, it just wouldn't allow me to just like leave it. Because for me, it's not even just a clothing brand of like good stuff, but I don't know, it just feels like there's just so much more to it. Like it's so much bigger than me. Like I can't even put it into words. Like even like sometimes when you guys tell me to like, get involved in the photo shoot. It sounds so small, but sometimes I feel like it's so much bigger than me that I can't. I don't feel privileged enough to even like be.
Yeah, in the photo shoots, I see you always try to be behind the scenes kind of thing.
It makes sense, but I feel like I don't feel privileged to be in it kind of thing, because I see it as so like it has to be perfect. It has to be like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just a feeling that I have for it that I just can't even just let it just go away, because I just feel like it's just not the right thing to do. But then at the same time, I'm like, okay, I'm doing this and that. Like, what do I need to do to like take this brand from where it is right now to the next stage? Because I feel like now it's just like it's done well with like, gained a few like customers, followers, blah blah blah. Okay, we're at this point now, but it's like 4.5 years in. Okay, what do we need to start doing, kind of thing? I say we, like it's not just me, but like what what do I need to start doing and stuff like that? Yeah, so I think I was just in a phase of just like, I ain't got time for all this like talking stuff.
You need to put your head to work kind of thing.
Yeah, it was just that. It was just like that for me. So that's kind of like how I was feeling.
So what does re-strategizing look like? Because it sounds like you're in a better place, but you're still in that moment of trying to like work things out. Well, what's your re-strategizing strategy? Like,
do you know? I don't really know what it is right now. I feel like I'm still trying to figure it out, kind of thing. And I think there's just a lot of things that I need to do differently, because I think when I started, Instagram was a huge driver to, getting customers, getting people to see it, like brand awareness. And with the way Instagram has changed, I feel like that has had a massive knock-on effect, because all of everything was there. That was the way to promote like the brand kind of thing. Obviously you have your email list and whatever, but that was kind of like the driver of it. That's how people discovered the brand and, decided if they wanted to shop and whatever. Whereas now the way Instagram has changed, like the discovery has like reduced kind of thing. So it's like, okay, what do I need to do? And even trying to do TikTok, it's like, it's trying to even grasp like, how do I do it without being too like
promote,
or trying to have a go viral moment. Just like, how can I, and do we need to go back to like outside stuff, like outside of like social media, and look at how other ways to kind of like promote the brand and get it out there. So yeah, it's just I'm still like really
in that phase of
figuring it all out.
So. And how would you say like that kind of made you feel, like just like mentally as well? Because I can imagine like trying to, I guess, like work on a brand that you feel so passionately about and it's like bigger than you kind of thing, but then you just feel like it's not really meeting your expectations, right? Like you as a person kind of thing. How did that make you feel like, and how did you navigate those feelings?
I don't know if I've completely navigated it, but I've just said to myself, like, as long as I keep working on it, as long as I keep putting out good stuff, as long as I keep just doing what needs to be done, I feel like at some point it will pay off. It might take a while, but at some point, like something's got to give, like at some point. Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of like how I'm looking at it, as much like just kind of just not trying not to be too hard on myself. I'm still learning kind of thing, but I'm trying not to be too hard on myself, and also just kind of appreciate the growth anyway, and appreciate, the way people perceive the brand. Appreciating how far it's come kind of thing, and just looking to see where it can be, and just trying to like get it there.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think I do think you're kind of hard on yourself, but at the same time, I'm conscious of saying that, because I know how it feels when you know exactly like your expectations, know what you expect from this brand kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? And then some people are like, no, but it's doing one. It's like, shut up, like you don't get it kind of thing.
And I feel like it's not even just that side of it. It's like the finances as well. It's like I'm pumping so much money into this business. Whereas like that money could be going somewhere else. That's like my deposit for a house or something. Like, you know, I might have been able to buy a house a couple of years ago, but I've been, you know, putting so much money into it, and it's just like, damn, like, you know, I might be happier if I didn't have the brand kind of thing. Like, I might be happier because, you know, my finances, you know, I've got my finances, I can do other things with it, but, you know, I'm putting so much money into it, and I feel like I'm not getting what I'm putting into it back kind of thing. So it's that part of things. So aside from even just the brand itself, it's like the finances, you know, the sacrifice I'm making for the brand, because everything's coming out my pocket. You know, I'm going from one job to another to make sure that, like, you know, I can sustain my own lifestyle, but I'll also have extra to save and also extra to put into my business kind of thing. So it's just like doing all of those things, and it's just like, damn, like, you know, I'm putting so much money into this, like, I can't even, you know, say how much I've like lost or like how much I've put in, and it's just like, okay, like, am I making a bad decision? Like, you know, like sometimes you gotta think, okay, maybe it's time to.
But it's funny that you kind of say like you might be happier. What, do you not feel happy now, kind of thing? Like, what?
I do feel happy. Like, I am proud of the brand. Like, I think it's just in those moments where I'm just like, I wouldn't be as stressed and, you know, as like down if I didn't have it kind of thing, because like there wouldn't be any other there would always, you know what, I say that, but then there's always something, do you know what I mean? If I didn't have the brand, there would probably be something else that needed, you know, my attention or stuff like that. But who knows, I don't know. You know, I feel like that in that moment, but who knows really, do you know what I mean?
What like, aside from you kind of, I guess, thinking or like believing that it's greater than yourself, I feel like everyone that has an idea always feels like, you know, whatever they're working on, whatever their purpose is bigger than themselves, right? But at the end of the day, it's like when you're going through those low moments where you're just like, this thing, like, if I just actually did it, like, it wouldn't give me stress that much. Or what makes you push past that? Like, what makes you just think, nah, I'm gonna keep going, kind of thing?
I think it's just the fact of like how much work I've already put into it. And I'm like, I've put so much work into it, how can I just give up now? Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, I haven't actually done everything in my power. Like, there's still so much more that I can do, do you know what I mean? So it's just like, I haven't actually, even though I've done a lot, I haven't done everything, do you get what I mean? So it's still like, there's still a lot more that can be done. There's still someone else can come with another perspective and tell me, you know, maybe try doing this and that, and the brand like, you know, shoots off or, you know, starts getting better gradually kind of thing. So it's like, I haven't actually tried every single thing, so I can't just give up because, you know, the few things that I've done hasn't worked. So I think that's kind of like how I try to get myself out of that. And then also thinking about other people, like, I have lots of repeat customers kind of thing, so it's like, clearly, like, you know, I'm doing something right, you know what I mean? And like, when people look at my brand, they see it as like, this is proper, like, it's a legit, you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Legit, so it's like, at some point, like, it just needs to reach more people, it just needs to reach the right person. So I think that kind of helps me kind of get out of that mindset, or kind of out of that feeling.
No, definitely. I think like sometimes the way you kind of need to think about it, right, is that you make impact from like the one person that you affect, do you know what I mean? And the fact of the matter is that you've affected more than one person. And I know that when I go to the gym, for example, I see a bunch of random people like wearing your stuff, and I'm like, I'm model for that brand, by the way. By the way, I need my discount code. So I can promote it. But no, like, you know, you're doing well in that respect. And I think the one thing I kind of took from that is you saying that you don't feel like you've done everything you needed to do yet. And I think that's like some really insightful self-awareness, because I think a lot of us as humans don't understand that we're capable of so much kind of thing. And the fact that you're saying like, like, I'm not even operating at my best yet kind of thing, you know what I mean? I think that's like super interesting. Talk to me about the importance of like tunnel vision in you building this thing, because I feel like in this space that you're operating in, there's so much noise. Do you know what I mean? Like with TikTok, with new brands coming out each day, like some people just go viral just like that. Like, do you know what I mean? How important is it for you to just have your eye just on what you're doing kind of thing? Do you know what I mean? Like, talk me through that.
I think it's just knowing why you started kind of thing, and like what your purpose is for whatever you're creating. I think that's what kind of works for me. Like I was saying before, I feel like it's not just a clothing brand. Like, I feel like I want to be able to create a community, be able to give people opportunity, and just being able to create something that isn't there as well. Like, just I think that's what it is for me, just remembering what I'm creating. And like if it was just because of, you know, trying to make more money or trying to like have a successful business or trying to just kind of like, I guess the material kind of bit, I could easily just maybe, not easily, but I can try and like maybe create another business. Or, do you get what I'm trying to say? Forget, like, this didn't work, let me do something else. But it's like, I created this for a specific purpose. So it's like just remembering that. And again, just remembering everything I've done, even up to this point kind of thing. So, and just also remembering the impact it has had on other people.
Yeah, no, most definitely. I feel like the community around Damihow is like really, really strong kind of thing, you know what I mean? And I remember like being at the shoots as well, like, you know, the people you have around you kind of thing are like, we believe in the brand.
That's the thing. I feel like, I don't know how I've managed to do it, but I feel like the people that and I think that's how you see I work with the same people a lot of the time, because for some reason, like every person that I pick to like come and do a shoot or to, you know, do the photography, like they've just believed in the brand so much, and they want to do like the best kind of thing. Like even if like when we do shoots, like, you know, we have to run over time, like they're just like, guys are just like willing to do it kind of thing. It doesn't feel like, oh, you know, I'm just going to this thing. Like it's just like even like with Roxanne, that's why I love Roxanne. And like,
I was literally just about to say,
she's just always like, anytime you shoot last minute, she's just always there, and she's just always like, Dami, don't worry, like, you know, someday like it's gonna work, trust me. And just like people like that just don't come to just, you know, okay, like some, but they really, really like believe in the brand, and that's what makes me like as well, like, okay, like, you know, outside of my friends and my family, there's other people out there that like
that you don't even know kind of thing, that like
really
like legit,
believe in the brand and like they want to see it grow kind of thing. So I think that really does like
most definitely. I remember like when I did that shoot and you made me do so many burpees. You made me do so many burpees, but I remember like me and Roxanne were going and I was like, oh, you know, I can't wait for the next one. Like, you know, like it's gonna be really cool, that kind of things, you know what I mean? So a lot of people definitely believe in the brand kind of thing, you know what I mean? So it's kind of just like, I think you kind of saying, like, I haven't even done what I needed to do yet is super important, and just keep on going, knowing that there's a bigger vision behind it, right? Talk me through, I guess, like, the realities of being an entrepreneur from the perspective of you're working a 9-to-5, like, right? Trying to sustain this thing. And I think entrepreneurship is glamorized in the sense that it's kind of like, hi guys, I just quit my job now, and, you know, I'm an entrepreneur full time, Whereas, like, you've kind of been moving from job to job, and like you said, you're kind of like funding this thing heavy, like, right? Talk me through the realities of that, and like, you know,
it's not easy, man. Like, it's really not easy. And I think another part of it is seeing someone else doing maybe something similar to you, or they've just started a business and they're like taking off, and you're just thinking, mate, I've been in this like how many years, and I'm still trying to like, you know, like sometimes like you've got to like really just be focused and just like, it can be hard, but like you don't want to like compare yourself kind of thing, because you at the end of the day you don't know someone else's journey, and even if their journey was easier, like everyone just has different paths in life, like, do you know what I mean? It's not always gonna, but sometimes I look at that and I'm just thinking, sometimes I look at other brands, like other gym wear brands that come, and they're just like
out of nowhere,
there's just like no proper thought into it, no like proper, you know, like
it's not really, there's nothing big behind it. It's just
like,
clothes kind
or
of
it's
thing,
just like it's not different, or it's just, you know, something like, you know, they've just slapped their logo on, or something that, you know, there's nothing in it, and they're getting business like their business is booming, people are constantly buying from them, and you look at that and you're just thinking like, I am doing like this, and you know, like my brand is way better than yours, but what's going on kind of thing. So I think you really have to just kind of try and focus yourself, and just try not to compare yourself to others kind of thing. And you saying, you know, people glamorize it and stuff, it's true, and I think that's a part of me not wanting to go and do interviews and stuff like that and make it seem like, oh, you know, it's so good, like like people want me to come on and, you know, be try and kind of, I guess, be an example, kind of share a good story kind of thing. And it's just like, it's not like, do you know what I mean? It's not just like, oh yeah, I started this business and like, nah, it's booming. Like, it's not like that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I think that's why I just kind of just focus on the actual kind of work itself, because I don't want to like glamorize it and stuff like that. But yeah, it's hard, and especially like working at the same time. So if I was like doing Damihow full time, like I think I'd be happier, because it's like, okay, even if the hard time is like, okay, you know, I'm working towards building something, but it's like working on 9-to-5 and also doing that. It's just like, it just creates an extra kind of layer of stress kind of thing, and trying to like manage the two. Like if I had more time, I'll probably be able to do other things for Damihow and be able to like maybe think a bit more as, you know, what strategy can I put in place, and just trying to like juggle the two is just, it does make it hard to kind of have a smooth, or like, I guess I have a smooth sailing.
Yeah, but I think it's never ever going to be smooth sailing, I guess, even if you were to do it full time, because then you'd just be putting more time into it, right? Yeah. But I think just on that point of, you know, people wanting to get you on to kind of like, you know, talk through the highlights and stuff. I think one of the reasons why I really wanted to get you on, and I was really going to be persistent if you said no, is the fact that I kind of wanted you to come and tell, like, you know, the highlights and the lowlights, you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Because, you know, in a few years kind of thing, when we do catch up again, it's going to kind of be like, oh yeah, you know, now we're doing great, then it's going to kind of be like, oh yeah, remember that time when, you know, like we're kind of talking through this. And I think it's just important to kind of, you know, show the full story kind of thing, you know what I mean? I guess like, you know, you've been featured in a bunch of like, you know, really well-known like articles and stuff like that. And I guess this was like during the highlights of Damihow kind of thing. So we're talking Women's Health, Daily Mirror, Vogue, and so on and so forth. These are like very notable publications, right? Yeah. Do you feel like Damihow like it gets the recognition it deserves kind of thing?
To an extent, I would say. I think maybe not enough, but at the same time, some of the recognition's got, I'm like, God, like little me, like, you know, like it's crazy. Like even like sometimes I just Google Damihow and I see it's been featured somewhere, and I'm thinking, what the heck? Like this is crazy. Like so, I wouldn't say it's got like I feel like it's gotten good. What was the word you used?
Recognition. It deserves,
I feel like it's gotten, but I don't think it's received enough kind of thing, or maybe it hasn't reached the right people. Because I'm grateful for all the publications that have like featured Damihow and everything. Like I'm so grateful. Sometimes I even forget like the amount of places like it's been featured. Like I probably forget, and I just have to like go back on like my memories, my pictures, and remember kind of thing. But so it's got some good recognition, but I don't think it's received enough. But it's good for the time being, I guess.
You keep trucking.
It can always be more, do you know?
Nah, exactly. Like even when you get there, it's not there yet, kind of thing. Okay, then I guess like with that being said, then what does success look like for Damihow? Like, you know, what is the definition of success for you, kind of thing? And it can't be as trivial as more people, more eyes on it, kind of thing. It's kind of like, you know, like because there's always going to be more people. There's going to be more people coming. Like bare people are going to see it. Yeah.
I think so. Right now, it's predominantly a women's, what do I call it? I don't say not fan base, but like a women's, what's the word?
Like a women's based brand, like.
Kind of, yeah. Obviously, we've got the menswear, but that is such a small kind of customer base. So success for that will be for it to kind of both be on the same level, and also successful would also be having Black women at the forefront of it. Like even now, like things are changing in terms of like other brands, like, you know, using Black women, like, you know, to model their stuff. But I literally want it to be like they're literally at the center of it, like not because of you know, trying to, you know, be the token Black girl kind of thing, but also being able to like, I feel like one thing that I do, like, I feel like I've been able to give some people like a good opportunity for their face to kind of like be out there kind of thing. So I want to continue to like create opportunities for people, continue to like. And another reason that I even started the brand was, you know, encouraging women to feel confident in fitness. Because I felt like at the time, even with like my friends, wasn't going gym or anything, or people around me they weren't really going gym kind of thing. So as well as the clothes, I want people to like feel comfortable with going to the gym and see it as something that's like important. So I want it to be a brand that pushes you to go to. It doesn't even have to be the gym, but, you know, picking up some sort of like physical activity like swimming, yoga, running, anything, but just, you know, getting your body moving. And I feel like I don't see that enough. It might just be maybe because of the people I'm surrounded by, but I just feel like I don't see that enough, and I want the brand to actually be a brand that pushes you to do that. So rather than just, you know, you're just buying the clothes, it's like it's pushing you to do some form of physical activity. And, you know, I want it to like maybe provide some sort of like sponsorships, just kind of like being a brand that supports your sporting activity, whatever sporting activity that you do, kind of thing. I just wanted to just people to kind of forget the clothes for a second and just think about the purpose and it just being our best self and being comfortable with ourselves and being the healthiest, fittest possible versions of ourselves.
So it's almost like you kind of want Damihow to just be a movement, like beyond the clothes kind of thing. It's kind of like when you think Damihow, you think being active, you think moving, you think opportunities for black women kind of thing. Now it's super interesting, man. And I guess like to kind of like wrap everything up, what would you say to yourself if you were to start out again, like being Dami, like 2014, you study fashion marketing and I want to have my own fashion brand kind of thing. Like what would you say to yourself before you started all of this?
It's going to be hard. It's not going to be flipping easy. Even 4 years in, you're not going to be a millionaire yet.
Keyword being
But honestly, I don't really regret anything. I'm a huge believer in like everything. You do everything for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Everything that you do, you kind of learn from it and you keep it pushing. What else would I say to myself? I think I'll just say it's just like the journey is not easy, and also to appreciate every stages of the journey. Like obviously there's things that I probably could have done differently, but I feel like they've also helped me to like know what to do next, maybe not make the same mistake, or maybe to be able to advise someone else better, and just building character really. I don't think there was anything I would say that I wouldn't do again, or maybe I should. There's probably things I should do, but I'm just thinking right now I feel like I've done things. I feel like I haven't just done, but I feel like I've thought things through before I do it kind of thing. And it's okay to make mistakes. Things are not going to work. You
keep moving kind of thing. Nah, I appreciate that, man. No, thank you, Dami, for coming on the show. Really appreciate it. Just to kind of reflect on your journey, talk through how you got here kind of thing. Also important to kind of understand that glamorizing entrepreneurship is not really a thing. There's like highlights, lowlights.
It's not. It's really not. And especially sometimes like you think like, ooh, you've hit it. Like, there we go. That's how I felt 2020. I was like, yes, like the exposure Damihow was getting, the people reaching and everything. And I thought like, yes, this is like where it starts. Sometimes it will go that way, and it just keeps going. But sometimes like you just have to like kind of start up again, and I feel like that's what really creates a great brand. Even though sometimes I don't think that, but overall, like ultimately, like that is what creates a great brand. You make all of these mistakes, all of these things happen, and that just keeps you like. I feel like it makes you appreciate it more because. It hasn't just been smooth and
if it was easy, then it would just
exactly. So I feel like it just really helps to build you in yourself as well, but also to create a great brand and that people actually appreciate because of all the stages and all the thought and all the work that's been put through it. So,
Nah, man, agreed. What I will say is don't stop doing what you're doing kind of thing. We're gonna have this conversation again in 2 years, and hopefully like we'll be in a better place kind of thing. But once again, thank you so much for coming on the show.
For having me.
Really appreciate it. That's a wrap.